Okay, this is Intro to Spinning with Sansa Spinza and my little dog Sushami, who's just out of frame. I'm Donica Sonsa, and I want to share a video to introduce people to spinning. So, the introductory move that I would like to show is the basic uh, hard, like holding it firm, the full hand, sideways, and then front ways. So the side exchange, the side spin, what do we want to call this? Side twirl, front twirl. So the basic idea with this move, you want to learn these lines, this plane right here, and be able to send the stick on that same line over and over again, and then find the line on the other side. Be able to hit that same line over and over again. Find the line on the other side. Woo! That'll happen. That's okay. It's a good thing. Find the line on the other side. Right here, this is the plane. And then on this side, this is the plane. So I keep hitting the same plane over and over again. So to beginning, the very first thing that you want to do when you're starting, you want to find a stick. So any stick will do. This is bamboo. I've whittled sticks, I've painted sticks, I have used a broomstick. You just take it right off of the broom. So once you have a stick in your hand, you want to start in a neutral position like this. And the first basic thing you want to learn is just to flip your wrist. That's all you want to do. It's just the wrist flip. And what you're doing here is trying to find out how little energy you can use to flip the stick. How little of your muscles. You can use a lot of muscle to flip the stick. Just be all muscle about it. Or you can learn to just turn your joints. Minimize how much effort the muscles are doing. So right here, what I'm doing from this position, I'll start at neutral. If I muscle it, I just kind of pick it up and flip it using my muscles. But if I'm trying to minimize the muscle effort, it starts in the shoulder. So the shoulder turns, you see right here? And when the shoulder turns, the elbow turns. You see when the elbow turns, the wrist turns, the stick is already trying to go. So without using too much muscle energy, shoulder, elbow, wrist. And then the other way, wrist, elbow, shoulder. So it becomes something like a full body kind of exercise. So you can play with it. Just flipping the wrist. Eventually, you incorporate the wrist flip with the front to back exchange. So what you do is when you're in the front in a neutral position, you flip your wrist. And then go to the back, flip your wrist again. Front, flip, back, flip. Now, it looks very simple. In a way, it is very simple. But it's very fine-tuned motion in the shoulder, bicep, tricep, elbow, forearm, the whole pec, scapula, trapeze, latissimus. It's a lot of coordination. A favorite word on this channel is coordination. So there's a lot of growth here as we learn mobility and practice range of motion and explore how the body feels and what the body can do and where the body's stuck. This is very useful for opening up the chest and opening up the shoulder joint, which has a huge range of motion, but is not known for stability. So you want to keep it strong and you want to keep it balanced. You want to keep good posture. I want to keep good posture. Stand very straight. And then from there are more lines. It's just lines for days. The basic move. Wrist, flip. Just back and forth, right? It's not uncomfortable. You're not overextending. It's very easy. You have the stick in front of you, neutral position, and then you flip your wrist up, and then you close it. You flip your wrist, and then you close it, all right? So then, once you take it to the next phase, where you're going front to back, you flip your wrist out, and then through. Try to, this is a long journey, welcome, but try to explore the joint, right? So it's not so much the muscle, the joint, the shoulder joint goes to the back with the wrist. It's very challenging, especially when you get down to the wrist and the thumb. Opening out like this, backwards, is an edge. That was an edge for me for a long time. Being able to hit this place right here, because I wasn't flexible like that. It was more like this. But to get the line, to be able to do this, I learned to lead that way. So you can get into the flow where it's just kind of, you're minimizing effort, just spinning, the stick is spinning, you're in your joints. Or you can, put more muscle energy into it and actually physically spin the stick. Either way, it's good for your muscle memory amygdala situation, whatever you want to call it. And there's a lot you could do to learn that doesn't require you to let go of the stick. You don't have to do any finger stuff. There's no exchanges. You just keep it in one hand. And you're like, oh, okay. You start to get the hang of it. Even if you're out here, that's okay. If you're just this way, you just want to be careful not to angle it this way, because then you'll hit yourself. You don't want to hit yourself. You want to be able to open it out so this side goes out and then leads to the back, right? And then the flips over again and then comes around. They stay, the stick continues spinning on this angle if it's on the side, on this angle if it's in the front. It's the way that I imagine it is as when I'm on the side, there's a straight line out from my shoulder. And there's a point at the end of that. And what I'm doing is I'm pointing front to back. I keep pointing in that direction. So every time I go, I hit that same line. And that is, that is the challenge. It's pretty fun. I've spent some good thousands of hours working on this. So, patience is key, and it's really important to go slow. It's really important to learn it right the first time, because it takes a lot of effort to unlearn and relearn things that we learn incorrectly. It's much more expeditious to go ahead and learn it right the first time, and then you build on it, right? So you don't want to, when you're first starting out with a move, like basic wrist flip, wrist forward, so the point is that way, and I'll keep hitting it this way. So wrist flip, side flip. Yeah, you want to learn it right the first time so you don't have to relearn it. And then, now I remember what I was going to say. The skills build, right? You learn it correctly the first time, and then you learn the basic basic actions, and then you start to explore more, move it around, let it spin, learn how the stick spins. You see the stick spins, right? You don't necessarily have to spin the stick. The stick has its own physics. It follows its own properties and mechanics. So the idea of spinning the stick is you go where the stick wants to go and keep a hold, keep something under the stick. Like, so the stick is spinning, right? And while it's doing that, I'm exchanging the point of contact. But no matter what, I'm keeping something under the stick, either the back of my hand or the front of my hand or my fingers or my thumb, to make sure that, obviously if something is under it, it doesn't fall down. Let's see. Yeah, so I have to re-emphasize the importance of learning it right the first time. Because when you learn your lines, like this, the plane here and the plane here, you learn the balance points. You learn it right the first time. You keep hitting the same place. Then naturally you'll speed up. And then you'll feel comfortable. And you'll be able to expand on those skills. If they're right, then they blend in with other moves. If they're wrong, then they're clunky and they don't blend. So you want to learn the skills, you want to learn them well, you want to learn them slowly, you want to learn them correctly. And then naturally, once you have it right, it'll speed up. You don't have to speed it up. You just have to learn it right. And then, you combine skills. So once you learn this basic, like sideways exchange, sideways flip, side flip, side flip. When it gets flowy, it looks like this. Right? Same with the sideways. So you have the line, front flip, back flip, front flip, back flip, front flip, back flip, front, and that's just the basic move. Front flip, back flip. And once you get the lines and you're comfortable and it's entered into your style, the flow looks like this. You'll naturally speed up. And you'll learn to use different parts of your muscles and joints to do the move. So once you have this and this, the next thing is exchanges. Same thing with an additional thing. So that's why you gotta learn it right the first time, so you can expand on the skills that you learn and not have to keep going back and relearning, which is a good thing for anything, really. Good idea for anything you're trying to do. So this is my first stab at an intro video. Sonsa Spinza. This is Sonsa Spinza, and I am Danica Sonsa, and I spin sticks. Also, don't worry about dropping it. Dropping it is great, because when you drop it, that means that you're exploring your edges and you're finding what works and what doesn't work. I mean, dropping it is definite confirmation, like, oh, too far, not right, I've dropped it more times than most people have ever even picked it up, so I think that's fantastic. I like pushing to the edge of what I could do and dropping it. It's not even an issue. It's actually kind of fun to learn also how to pick it up. So yeah, how about this part of the intro video? So there's a couple techniques to pick it up. One, you get your toe under it. I like to get my big toe under it and angle it up so it doesn't slide down, right? Like this. So if the toe is down, it'll slide off. That's annoying. So you want to get your toe under it and right in the middle. Angle it up so it doesn't slide down. And then flick it up. Like this. And then you can combine tricks into there. So one technique is you just put your foot, your toe under the middle, flick it up. Yeah, the other technique is like this. You take it on the edge and you pick it up with your foot, and when the side hits your calf, it makes the other side come up, which is kind of a cool trick. It looks cool. So what you do is you put your foot under like the close to the end, like the bottom third of the stick, and you lift it up, and as it comes up, it hits your calf right here on the edge, which makes it go up. Do it one more time. And it looks like this. Yeah. Thanks for watching. Pick up a stick and spin it. It's really good for your brain, hand-eye coordination. It's good for the oxygen, your blood oxygenation, mental clarity and focus. It's very meditative. What else do we have? Yeah, it coordinates the left and right hemispheres of the brain, which I think is a very worthwhile thing to do. And furthermore, it helps you open up different parts of your body, your neck, your collar, your scapula, your spine, your pecs, your ribs. Start moving all of that around, because it's not supposed to be like too stuck in there. All like the ribs and the joints and everything is supposed to move. It's not supposed to hurt. So this is a great way to start to open up different parts of the body and see what's stuck and work with that. I spend a lot of time with the lacrosse ball and the foam roller. Yeah, worthwhile things to do. Balance, coordination, focus. Thanks for watching.